All right, y'all, well, it's still kind of winter time here, still pretty cold. So you saw me make the fishing rod holders. Now I want to do some work on the kayak. And for starters, I loathe these foot styles. So I've been told that all I have to do is drill out the rivets. I'll be honest with you, that's not going real well. So what I've started doing is using a multi-tool to cut them off. You got to be very careful when you're doing this that you don't cut into the hull of the boat. But I already got one side off. We'll go ahead and start working on the other side over here. So here's hoping I can get these off pretty quickly. All right, got them both off. Minimal damage to the actual kayak. Now I just gotta get rid of these pegs where they're at, and we'll get the new ones put on here. Now these are adjustable, so I'm gonna put them on here, screw them into place, and we'll kind of go from there. Anyway, that's what's gonna be in this video, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, well, I went ahead and started putting these on, and then I realized that I'm an idiot and forgot to plug these holes that were already in the side of this. So I got some clear silicone waterproof sealant. This is marine grade. I'm just gonna put this in there and just cover those holes. Got that done. Now I've already gone and put this one on here, roughly where I want it to be. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put in the rest of the screws. Decided I'm gonna screw this in. And what I'm gonna do on all of these other holes that I'm making, I'm also gonna add a little bit of silicone to the threads. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill these holes. All right, drill the holes. Now I probably, honestly, should be doing this with a screwdriver. I don't feel like digging out a screwdriver right now, so I'm using a drill. Again, I probably shouldn't be doing that. All right, y'all talked me into it. I'm gonna do a screwdriver. It's probably safer. Put my foot in. There we go. One side done. That'll do, guys. That'll do just nicely. Gets those other big things out of the way. Comes right to the end of here. Yes. All right. Now, I gotta do the fun thing and turn this kayak around so I can do the other one. So I'll see you in a minute. Now I gotta put on the other one. Don't really need you in there. All right. I already know where the first hole is going to be because there's this little indent right here in the front of the kayak. I guess it's these pegs that I'm using are actually standard on a lot of kayaks. So I'm guessing that's where they would drill the holes for these kind of foot pegs, if that's where they were going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and start it. All right. Now I'm starting in the middle because there's a little curve here. I want to make sure I pull that in tightly. All right, now straighten it out. All right, guys, sorry about that. My camera died in the middle of all that, but I was able to finish getting the 2 foot pegs on. As you can see here, that should make things a little bit easier. And they're out now, mostly out of the way, which is half the battle, really. I just really needed them to be out of the way. Now, additionally, to working on the kayak, I also want to make some updates to the crate. Honestly, I struggled to kind of film last year with the way that the setup was on this. Unfortunately, the boom that I had bought for the kayak, it's just not gonna work. So what I thought was I could probably make something that attaches directly to the crate in the back of the kayak, and I could film using that. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I gotta go charge these cameras, and then I'll see you in a minute. All right, so what I wanna do is I wanna create a better filming setup for you guys. When I have it attached to my chest, it ends up getting bumped and moved. It messes with the focus and stuff like that. It's just honestly kind of annoying. Unfortunately, the boom that I bought is not tall enough, so I wanted to create something that could be adjustable. So what I've done is I've taken my crate. This is the front of the crate. This is the part that kind of faces me in the kayak. I've taken a piece of, this is just 1/2-inch PVC, drilled 2 holes in it, attached it on the inside of the crate here. Barely sticks in there. I've gone ahead and tightened it down with a drill and a wrench, so it's not going anywhere. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this off, but I wanna show you kind of the concept here. So if I just put a 45-degree angle here, take another piece of PVC, just stick straight up in the air. I'm gonna cut it off, and I found a screw that will allow me to, well, to film. So we're gonna see how this goes. Anyway, first things first, I gotta go ahead and cut off this this piece of pipe. So I'll do that now. Now obviously I'm gonna have to clean that off before I do that, but what I'll do next, once I get this cleaned off, I'll glue this piece on here. Actually, I may not even need to glue it, actually. Make sure it's sticking straight up and down. All right. Now I need to create my camera mount. So to do that, what I'm going to do is, where did my cap go? All right, so I got my cap. I'll drill a hole right here in the end, and then I'm gonna run this bolt up through there, and I'm gonna fill this with hot glue to make sure it stays in place, hopefully. But this is the perfect size threads to attached to my camera mounting gear. So that should be perfect. Anyway, we'll get this hole drilled. Seriously though, a bench nut vise would be nice. So if anyone wants to talk to my parents and talk to them to give me a bench vise for Christmas or my birthday or something, that'd be great. All right, just drill this in here. There we go. Let's make sure my bolt sticks through. It's tight, which is good. That's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be super tight. All right, perfect. I'm gonna get that mounted. This bolt is honestly a lot longer than I need it to be. So what I'm gonna do is put a nut on there. Just load that into the nut. That should be about, maybe a little bit more. This should be about all I need, is right there, sticking out the top. So now, get my hot glue gun out, which I need to locate. It was literally right there. There it is. There it is. Get this plugged in. Get it warming up. Now I'm gonna put a ball mount on the end of this so I can adjust it side to side and up and down as I need to. This is just, I'm just using this for the purposes of getting everything kind of lined up, but it's gonna actually have a ball mount on the top. Y'all wanna know what it takes to film when I'm fishing on a kayak? This is it. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's all for you. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. I'm doing a lot of work for y'all. All right, once that cools off, I'll be ready to get it put on there. Now, I don't know how high I'm gonna make this yet. above the kayak. I'm gonna like actually get down and sit in the kayak and just kind of see. But this should do the job. There we go. All right, so you can see right there, we've got that attached. Once the glue dries, it should be set in place. And now I have to figure out how far off I need to cut this, but should be good to go. Additionally, I want to add some rod holders to the side. My goal this year is to learn a few new methods of fishing, but to do that, they need specific equipment. So I'm probably going to be carrying a few more rods. Usually I just take 3 with me, 2 in the back and then 1 in my hand. I may end up having to do more than that. So I want to add a couple rod holders to the crate. I may or may not ever use them, but it is what it is. So in order to do that, I need 4 pieces of this cut off in 12-inch pieces. So grab a pencil. This is just a, I guess a 1x2. 12, 24, 36, 48. All right, just cut these off real quick. All right. Got my 4 pieces of lumber here. Move the crate out of the way here. Get you all set back up here. Now I'm just going to attach these 2 rod holders right like that. This is going to be less than fun. Alright, now I'm going to attach this to the side of my crate. And I'm going to use the exact same method that I used to attach the PVC for the upright to the camera. Alright, use the exact same method. So, now why did I put the boards on there, you might be asking. I wanted to make sure it was out of the way. It's got these little flanges on the end. I want to make sure that it's out of the way when I go to open it. There we go. 2 rod holders, they're not coming off now. Now I gotta do the other side. Alright, y'all. Well, there you have it. Got my crate. For the back of the kayak, and that should do it for the purposes of this video. Again, I'm going to have my camera mount on here. I'll be testing that out. You guys will definitely see how that turns out eventually. That being said, though, that is going to do it for this particular video. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. If you're getting ready to go to bed, you have a good night's sleep, and I will see you on the next one.